I didn't even do a test of this song, so I don't know how long to let it go. Nothing. Here we go. Fucking, that was yesterday's song.
See, baby, I know you don't have your share of girls.
I'm gonna have to cut all this out.
I am more than confident you won't ever have to search these streets for affection.
What do you mean?
I got you. What kind of girl you like? I know my looks can be deceiving. Tell me, am I your type? My main goal is to please you. What's on the schedule tonight?
There's gotta be a chorus coming at some point.
Am I the reason you'll be treated? I hope you have an appetite. So tell me where you come and spend the night. My love is like, whoa. My kiss is like, whoa. My touch is like, whoa. My sex is like, whoa. My ass is like, whoa. My body's like, whoa. And you're kissing me. So what you think of me? Whoa. My love is like, whoa. My kiss is like, whoa. My touch is like, whoa. My sex is like, whoa. My ass is like, whoa. My body's like, whoa. And you're kissing me.
What's up? It's Jomboy and Jake Radio. It is March 20th, and that was My Love Is Like Whoa by Mia or Maya. Never heard it before. Was pretty skeptical until that chorus hit, and then I think I kind of dug it for listening to it only once ever.
Yeah, that was I had no idea where we were. And then when the chorus dropped, yeah, I've heard that. Maya, she's coming back. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I've never heard of her.
I mean, the chorus is perfect for Woe Week. That's a release June 10th, 2003. So you got to go back a little bit.
How did Jordan find that song? He must have just Google searched Woe songs.
I mean, that song, I don't want to say she's a one-hit wonder.
I recognize the chorus.
I think she was in Lady Marmalade just for like a little bit. So, I mean, she's Fallen 2003. So she was hot in 03. And I guess, you do one of those things and you're like, oh, so I haven't heard her in 15 years. Got it.
Yeah, I was hot in 03 too. So
you were hot in 03. That's I was not.
I understand how it goes.
But man, it was nominated for Best Dance Video, Best Choreography. I mean, let's give some respect where respect's due. Well,
Jordan put that on Wednesday for the old school theme, Women Wednesday.
Yeah.
I like that. But Woe Week is so good. I had, I'm going to forget his name. Someone sent in, shit, I feel bad. But the MLB video game or RBI baseball or something.
Sure.
And he's like, yeah, they used to use this song in the video game. In the middle of it is just a bunch of whoas. It's really good. And then Sandra Grazi, Albert, not St. John's Albert, other Albert's sister, sent in another Woe song request. And then I have one that isn't being played this week. So I think Jordan, have to run back Woe Week round 2 at some point.
Yeah, there's a chance. I have it's some kind of 2003 news. Do you remember the performing artist Iman?
He follows us on Talking Yanks.
Well, there's the story, Jim. Back to you guys in the studio.
I already talked about that here.
When?
A couple days. The day he followed us, I said it. We're talking about fuck it, or maybe I said it on Talking Yanks. One or the other.
Okay.
You were told. I was told as soon as I screenshot and sent it to Talking Yanks chat.
Oh, I didn't see that. But okay, there you go, Jomboy and Jake radio listeners. There's the update.
Huge news. Big Talking Yanks fan.
Kinda. So there goes that.
Katie didn't know that song. So I was trying to tell her.
A lot of people probably don't right now. It's a classic, but I think it's 03.
Yeah, 03. It's when my Southbury days.
But a lot of people probably don't recognize when I say Iman, and you said, I already told that story. Iman came out with the song, Fuck You, You Ho, I Don't Want You Back.
Yeah.
Stop all your crying. It didn't mean Jack.
Yeah. I don't want your presents. Might as well take them back.
I think he's pretty genuine one-hit wonder-ish. But yeah, he's a fan. And he was big right around the same time of My Love Is Like Whoa. So that was supposed to be the full circle there.
There was a response to Fuck You, You Ho. Remember, a girl made a response to it? It was more like a MySpace song. It didn't actually get airplay.
That was the big thing for a while. Response songs were huge.
Yeah.
R. Kelly, Beyonce.
Yeah, there was a response song to Iman's Fuck You. And it was a girl singing. And I wish I knew it because it was sillier. And it was a little more like vulgar. It was like, whoa. Whoa. I think it was called Fuck You Right Back.
You always got to go a little more vulgar in the counter.
Yeah, all right. I have it. It was called Ferb, which is short for Fuck You Right Back, by Frankie.
Frankie's good. Frankie's the guy that sings Sugar, Sugar, How You Get So High.
Well, this is a girl, Frankie.
Okay.
She's acting as if Iman broke up with her. Here it is. There's a real music video to this. Oh, well. Okay, the censored version of that song isn't really going to do anything. But yeah, she comes out hard. I don't know why you're crying like a bitch.
Yeah.
Man, let a man grieve, okay? You just got cheated on. Jeez, Frankie.
Ferb.
Fuck you right back.
Ferb.
You start saying that to people?
Yeah, I think I'm going to bring that back.
You're walking down the street with Noodle and...
Ferb, dude.
Someone's, fuck you and your dog. Ferb!
I think I'm going to go with I'm going to pretend it's like a nickname I have for them. Like, oh, hey, Ferb.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
You think all the high school and middle school kids are going to be writing hags in the yearbooks? Is that still a thing, or is that early 2000s only? I have no idea.
I think in our heads we think that'd be like an only 2000 things. I think that's just passed year by year from middle school to middle school.
You think so? That would be funny if yearbook.
Like which class was going to take a stand and be like, all right, guys, no more Hackus this summer.
I was going to talk about Hackus. Have a kick-ass summer.
I mean, that was the cool version. I'm sure it's evolved a little bit.
Do we have anyone that knows anyone in middle school?
Habis, have a bitchin' ass summer?
I don't think I ever had that one. I have, but I remember like there was also like some joke about when you signed in someone's crack of a yearbook. Someone would always write that.
That was EMAC.
EMAC, he would write that?
EMAC's move, yeah.
Well,
signing in your crack.
Yeah. There was like a poem or like a saying that went with like blah 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 back. I just signed your crack.
No, I bet you could figure out a one-liner to put in there.
Yeah. Hags. What a dumb civilization we are. Society.
Okay. Wow.
Can't write have a good summer. Just have to shorten it to hags.
It's cool.
It is kind of cool.
Why do we call it MLB?
Do you think that our generation started hags, or did we just learn about it and this is a thing from the early 90s?
I think every middle schooler stumbles into it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So how far back do you think hags
I think
go?
you're in 5th grade, and then 6th grade comes around and the yearbooks come out, and some 6th grader hears a 7th and 8th grader say hags or hackus or whatever it is, and then they steal it, and that's the evolution.
So when do you think it started, though? I always thought it was with us and the AIM generation because we were so much into shortening words like nothing much, you, NM, space, you. And I thought it came with the AIM Society of Kids, which is our age. Are you saying in 1980s they were writing hacks in the yearbook?
I don't know, Jim. I don't know.
It's a cultural phenomenon I need to get to the end of.
And mostly, don't care.
I care. We have listeners of all ages. So I need everyone to DM me and say, I did hags and I was in middle school in enter year here. And then I'm going to
Promise me you won't do it to me.
Don't do it, Jake. There's a podcast, the Decoder Ring. They would do an episode on this. So maybe I'll give it to them. They do like cultural phenomenons like that. Like, when did this start?
Sure.
It's pretty cool. They did one on creepy clowns. I thought that was really interesting. Like, when did clowns become? How have clowns went from creepy and scary to fun and friendly and back to creepy and scary? Pretty interesting. Ronald McDonald started the Happy Times, and then people were like, "This is creepy," and they ruined it. How was your day yesterday?
My day was all right. It was Tuesday, so I mean, basically living in fear, operating in fear throughout the day.
Living in fear of that skunk.
Yeah, bad workout, real bad workout. We did just a tip of the iceberg, some Talking Yank stuff, which was nice. Did some stuff on the slide. There's that basketball game last night. Did a fantasy baseball draft. End of the day, 2.2.
2.2.
Yeah.
That is bad. Sorry, man.
It's all right. It's Tuesday. That's how it goes.
That's your lowest day yet.
Yeah,
Usually
man.
the fantasy drafts are a good time. Didn't pick.
Oh, it was fun, but it was Tuesday. I was living in fear all day.
Wow. Crazy. I feel sad.
Every Tuesday, it's like the Gestapo is in my hallway.
You're wow, man. I feel so bad for you.
It's okay. It's every Tuesday.
Yeah,
That's my life.
Last Tuesday was a 3.2.
Yep.
I think you can have a good Tuesday.
No. That's where you are mistaken, my friend. How was your day?
DMV was good. Want to know something stupid about the DMV?
Sure.
They were so nice and really fast. There was one hiccup. I had to prove my address, and what I had was a bank statement. I had a PDF on my phone, and I was like, they probably need it to be printed out, but let's just see.
All right.
So I knew that I was going to have to print it out. I get there, and they're like, yeah, we're going to have to print it out. And I didn't put up a fight because there's zero winning in that at all. I was like, okay, I'll go print it out at Walgreens and come back. But I print it out, and then what I do with it, the printed out version, is I slide it across the counter. They look at it, write down the address onto their piece of paper, and then slide it right back 10 seconds later. You couldn't have done that from my phone?
No.
If they were keeping it on file, I totally get it.
Right.
But they just slid it right back. Come on.
Can't trust it. Can't trust that voodoo.
Come. Oh, I printed it out straight from my phone. Come on, DMV. Wake up.
I mean, maybe there's something there with when you print it from the bank website. It's, I don't know, it comes out.
I took a screenshot of my phone and printed out the screenshot of my phone onto photo gloss paper at Walgreens.
Ah, the photo gloss. That's big.
Yeah.
That's big.
Well, they didn't ask for that. They were like, okay, this isn't a picture, though.
That's nice.
It's your bank statement. I was like, yeah, don't be embarrassed for me, okay? Anyway, got my license. That was easy. New Jersey licenses are kind of shitty looking, though.
Okay.
They make them on the spot. And then
how'd the pic come out? Can I see the pic? What are we doing here?
Yeah, so I took the pic, and I was like, my hair is so long right now.
What was your hair game? What was your game plan going in?
Nothing.
Like hat, and you were just going to take the hat off when the picture happened and let it ride?
I put a hat on to kind of press the sides of my hair down in the morning.
Okay.
And then I didn't wear a hat the rest of the time.
Okay.
I took one picture, and it was like pretty not great, but no picture of me is going to be anything above a 5.
Special.
So anyway, yeah. So I texted Katie. She was like in the background. I was like, damn, sucks. And she said, retake it. And I said, nah. And then the old lady was like, do you want to retake it? And I said, "Nah, it's all right." And she was like, "It's gonna be on your license for 5 years. At least think about it."
Got guilted, yeah.
It's like, okay, I'll retake it.
Right. If you're going to be this passionate about it, then
Yeah.
I can bring my passion up.
I've always been bad at smiling, so I went mouth closed, smile.
Oh, I knew you'd go mouth closed. That's my least favorite thing about you.
Yeah, they tell you not to do it. You're not supposed to do a big smile on your license plate. There's a big sign that says,
Don't care.
That's what they say.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. Welcome to the USSR.
Can you see it?
Okay. I'm getting like the huge. Okay. Pause. Okay. Yeah. You look like an adult, which I don't like.
Well,
but it's nice. It's powerful.
I don't think it's as bad as it could have been.
Like, if I didn't know you, I think you were like one of our buddies, the Pelletier brothers. I think you do like outdoorsy stuff. From that
do
picture,
look like a Pelletier in this.
From that picture, it looks like you hike and you fish and stuff.
It's the long hair.
It's nice.
Yeah. So that's anyway.
Beard looks powerful.
Nice.
And you can't really see, or I mean, maybe it's from my end. I couldn't see any of the salt. All I see is pepper bait.
Little salt on the front hair. Yeah, it's not bad.
Good job, man.
I was happy with the retake. I'm going to be honest.
That's good.
I was like, okay, thank God.
I'm glad she bullied you into that.
Yeah, she was nice. She's like 90 years old, and okay, I just officially made you from New Jersey.
Did they love that she is the official Baptist of New Jersey?
Yeah.
Was it a good system? Did you get a number and then they called you like 15 minutes later, or what was the game plan in there?
Walk in, and Katie and I just went straight to a booth, and we were like, "Hey, we need to get licensed." She's like, "Did you go to the front table first?" And we were like, "Oh no." I said, "I'll see you soon." We went to the front table. You fill out like these forms, and then there was no real line. And then you go hand them the forms that you just filled out, and then your 6 points to prove who you are. Birth certificate's worth 4.
6 point? Oh, okay. There's a point system.
Got it. Until I found out the point system, I was like, "What the fuck? 6 things? I'm never gonna do this."
I thought you meant 6 touch points. I was like, no, that's not how the world works.
No, its birth certificate was worth 4 points. Then my social security card was worth 1. My old ID was worth 1. And
passport?
I don't have my passport. I don't know where it is.
How many points is that worth?
I think passport's worth 4, same as a birth certificate.
Oh, okay.
And then you need something to prove the new address. So I used my bank statement.
Right.
And then we just walked up, and it was pretty simple. She just filled out all the info, and then they don't put weight on the ID anymore.
Thank God.
Yeah. It was pretty easy. So that was good. And then the last 2 days, Sunday and Monday, I burnt myself out. So when I got home after the DMV, I did some work. Katie napped, and then she got us lunch. We ate lunch together. And then the Yankee game came on at 1, and I just did something weird. I said, I'm not going to work this Yankee game. I'm going to watch it on the couch and like half nap, how I used to watch Yankee games. Because I was just burnt out.
Good.
And then we did we did some stuff at the end. And then, it was just like a solid 5-day.
Okay.
Which is a win because I was prepared for the DMV to bring it down.
All right.
You know what sucks about the DMVs in now Connecticut and New Jersey? I know this to be true.
Sure.
They take your old ID.
Yeah.
For a pack rat like me, I want to keep that. It's keepsake.
Yeah. Think you're gonna give it to kids to buy booze.
Yeah. In California, they don't take your old ID, they just hole punch it.
And hey, the state, why don't you do the hole punch thing and charge people $10 and people will keep it? I just made the state of New Jersey $10 million.
And Connecticut. Yeah.
Running for office.
Vote Storielli to turn this into a fairy tale story. Idiot wins election.
Okay.
Am I your campaign manager? That was my pitch.
No, you're out.
Fuck. The news. Brooklyn. They're not the New Jersey Nets anymore.
The new
The Brooklyn Nets were down 25 points in the fourth quarter and stormed back to shock the Kings. D'Angelo Russell dropped a career high 41 points en route to victory. The Rangers lost to the Red Wings 3-2. Jake, they were down 2-1 with minute left. They pulled their goalie. They let up an empty net goal only to score a couple seconds afterwards. So that's kind of a stinging last minute. They lose 3-2. The Devils lost to the Capitals, didn't look into how, who, or why because they don't care. And Jacoby Ellsbury showed up at Yankee spring training and threw a ball. And when I say threw a ball, he literally just had a 10-foot catch with an older gentleman at Yankee spring training. And that was a headline in the news. Boom, 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 boom. Yo, the Nets game, Jake?
Yeah.
You know why I enjoyed the highlights?
Because Ryan Rucco was calling it.
Did you listen to it?
I saw some of the highlights. I didn't listen.
Our dude Rucco, very nice guy. He's come on Talking Yanks 3 or 4 times with Jake and I.
Have you reached out to him? What's he doing?
He's super busy, dude. He's doing Yankees games, boxing, and basketball.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot he's doing boxing now.
All twirled into one. It's insane. But, yo, he's just, I know we're friends with him, but I liked his announcing style before. He's just genuinely very excited naturally.
Right.
Can I play some
natural excitement?
Can I play some of these down the stretch
sure.
Rucco calls?
114 to 108. Three-pointer.
Well, they have the other one on here.
Perfect.
Because there's one point where he says he kind of rhymes win and Brooklyn. And I was like, yo, that's killer. Why don't he? I wonder if he does that every time. But Russell was going off. Here's the Rucco calls.
Against the Kings. The Ram lays it in again. The comeback completed. What a win for Brooklyn. 123, 121 the final.
D'Angelo.
He's excited, man.
He's very excited, very passionate. It hurts your throat to yell that much, but he does vocal exercises and shit.
There's a lot of the comeback completed. That's got a poetry
alliteration
into it. And then what a win for Brooklyn.
Yeah. I'm not
as
enthused about that one as you are.
Yeah, I was like, well,
that one doesn't blow me away.
It didn't blow me away, but on the spot there, just to be yelling stuff, a lot of people would be falling all over their words.
Well, I think what a win for any team would be a line there. I think Brooklyn's more of a convenient thing there.
Well, it worked.
It worked.
He could have said for the Nets. He went with Brooklyn because he knew it would work.
Sure.
There's nothing else in the tri-state worthwhile, right?
Well, the Ellsbury throwing a ball thing is pretty big.
No.
But maybe we save that for the end.
He was not even throwing. He was just kind of gagging it like that.
I've got something, and I want to just for our Tim's Nets and all our other Nets fans out there, but mostly Tim. Down 25 in the fourth against the Kings, who are fading in the West, but still pretty awesome. And D'Angelo Russell is this game is his circled. He's made a leap into another level. The dude kind of plays like Harden. And while we're here, I just want to do a quick Harden stat for you because I think there are some D'Angelo Russell comparisons. James Harden has 25 40-point games this year.
Mm-hmm.
The Golden State Warriors as a team have 14. The Sixers as a team have 5. The Knicks have 0. The Mavericks have 0. So A, really impressive by James Harden. And B, man, the Nets with D'Angelo Russell. I know people. This is one of those.
Isn't it game plans? Isn't Harden is the game plan where other teams spread the love more.
Well, Houston plays this style of basketball that's ridiculous. They basically went full analytics a few years back, but with the NBA. So they're like, we're only taking threes and layups. And then the second part of that equation, which they kind of push forward, which is kind of smart.
Dude, that's really smart to only take threes and layups.
Yeah. I mean, they basically – I mean, the fact that people hadn't figured that earlier is insane. The three-point shot was so faux pas in the NBA for a while. Like, even if you took a wide open three, like back in the 90s Bulls, like, dude, Steve Kerr shot 50% on threes, but he was allowed to take like 1.5 a game. Like, he was a great shooter, but if you shot a three, that was like, whoa, what are we doing? But the other thing that Houston has added to that equation, because other teams have figured that out, but basically they say, like, well, your best players should be taking these shots. So they just let Harden do whatever he wants. They let Paul do whatever they want. And then they either take a three or they get to the basket or they pass for an alley-oop. But D'Angelo Russell, they traded for him for, I think it was a first-round pick. It was like a late first, and everyone was like, and maybe they got Brooke Lopez expiring, and everyone was like, oh, man, D'Angelo Russell. He had some bad stats, but he was, like, really young. I'm giving myself a half pat on the back. I didn't think he'd be doing this, but dude looks really good, and he's, like, the best player in New York right now.
So good for Tim and his Nets and Russell. I just read your shirt. That's your doctor shirt.
Doctors in training, yeah.
Someone DM'd me and said, is Jake training to be a doctor? And I had no idea what they were talking about. I said,
this is my most commented on shirt.
Well, because you're clearly not a doctor.
Right. And that's what's fun for it. Because I've had a couple people, I live in a pretty nice building. A couple people in the elevator are like, oh, are you a doctor? And I'm like, oh, no. Furthest from, babe.
Yeah, Dr. Death, and then you kill him.
I'm the doctor of death. That's how I make friends.
Let's start hitting the elevator open button. Okay.
Yay.
Where'd you get that shirt from?
My friend used. So this is like a training company. It's like doctor practice test books that my friend Jared from Fort Worth. He used to work for them. Very
first person to buy a Jake Suck shirt.
Yeah. I know that's how he's remembered in your head movies.
We got nothing else in the tri-state, so let's move.
You weren't impressed by the Ellsbury highlights? I'm a little miffed by that.
No, I wasn't.
Sayonara, Jim. The baseball season begins across the big pond that we've been calling it. The Marineros beat the ass in the first game of the season. A big baseball fan. There's a nice, someone pimped a home run. What was that? Not Beckham, the other guy.
I think it was Beckham.
Oh, it was Beckham. I don't love him. I always confuse him and Tim Anderson because their name's both Tim. Mariners win. There's a really nice moment with Ichiro. We'll talk about that. Mike Trout, Jim. Something's fishy in the water in LAA as Mike Trout gets the biggest deal in sports history. Was it 430 cajones for 12 years? Astros extend Bregman after that 6-year, $100 million. Oh, are you poor, Bregman? Darvish leaves Cubs spring training with a blister. In the basketballs, Fairleigh Dickinson from the NEC CCSU's conference beats Prairie View for the 16 playing game. Belmont comes out of nowhere, beats Temple. The Owls go down. Fran Dunphy's last game. Doc Rivers, amidst rumors, says he's not going anywhere. Clay Matthews to your Rams, Jim, and the James Harden stat I was going to say at this point of the show, I said earlier.
And that's the national news. I'm about to write MLB, maybe my 5th email of the offseason. I'm basically like Andy from Shawshank Redemption.
Oh,
He was writing about trying to get the library. He wrote a letter a day. That's going to be me with MLB. I want to watch the highlights from the Mariners Athletics game right now.
Sure.
I went to MLB.com because that's where they house all their highlights.
Right.
Can't find it because they don't have a search button and they have the Mike Trout news up instead. I've written them like 3 emails right now, and I try to be civil because if you get an email from someone who's just yelling, you just dismiss that person as crazy. Right. And so I've tried to be like, hey, I'd love to watch highlights of your sport.
All right. So I'm on MLB.com, the front page. And I mean, what do you mean when you say you want to watch highlights? Because it looks like the main page is Domingo Santana's Grand Slam.
I want to watch the game recap highlight that they put out.
It might not be up. Dude, the game just ended.
That's a good point. I never go to MLB.com. I go to their video page.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like they've got some of the highlights up. They don't have a game recap, but I bet that would be coming up soon.
Piscotty hit a home run?
Chapman homer, Piscotty homer, first one of the season, Beckham homer, Chris Davis homer. Man, bombs over Baghdad. See,
their website, whatever. No one cares about this. Their website, it's because when you click those videos, it takes you to the video section of the website. So I bypassed that and went straight to the video section, and it used to have all of these right there. But now, and you used to be able to search A's, and they all come up. They're going backwards with their fucking shit.
I get it. Maybe they want you to come through the main page because, is the link I just sent you? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, but but yes, but it was much easier in years past to just go to the video section and you had all the videos.
You run a website now. They want you coming through that main page, clicking around, take your pants off, stay a while.
They suck, man. They're so bad at letting people see their game.
Take that, Mild.
I mean, everyone knows it. There's not a single person that doesn't think that.
People are getting paid in the MLB, Jim.
Trout, huge deal. Best player ever. So, yeah, it makes sense. It sucks that the casual fan doesn't understand how good Mike Trout is.
Yeah, it really does suck. And all those fun stats were coming out yesterday. I mean, he's got a WAR that's better than Babe Ruth and Barry Bonds at this point in his career. His on-base percentage has gone up every season or something like that. I mean, the guy is just incredible. It's almost bizarre that he's played in one playoff series. They got swept. Angels put together a good team.
Yeah, I mean, dude. For anyone that listens to Jomboy and Jake Radio and isn't a hardcore baseball follower, let me just read to you some stats on Michael Trout.
Sure.
That'll understand how good he is. He's played 7 seasons, 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So he's played 7 full seasons. He's been an all-star every single season. That may not mean a lot to you. He's finished in the MVP race. Second, first, fourth, second. He's never played a season of baseball and not been top 5 for MVP. That's insane.
It's really good.
I mean, I understand. He's just incredible.
He's MJ, he's LeBron, he's whoever you look at and you say is the best in their sport. Trout is that, but almost better.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's cool he's getting paid, and it's cool that LA is going to keep him for life. You just hope they put a team around him. And in baseball, this is
good for baseball.
It's good for baseball. Arenado got signed. And man, you and I have been kind of pushing this narrative for a little bit, a little on here, mostly on Talking Yanks. But it was funny for months. The problem was baseball was, oh, these guys are never going to get paid, man. All the big guys got paid and paid more than people thought, pretty much. The problem is the bottom middle class, the Gio Gonzalez's and Adam Jones and guys like that. And I completely agree. There's a problem there. But I think it's funny. I saw the Twitterverse starting to catch on a little bit. Oh, dude, our guy David Lefkin, my favorite fan, the guy that asked about like rules and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Simple questions.
Yeah, he's learning the game of baseball. He was on I saw he left a comment on, it was like Buster Olney or Tim Kirkjian or one of the big baseball guys' article, and he was their tweet was like, wow, he was talking about the next wave. He's like Mookie Betts, Lindor, Aaron Judge, all the young guys that are going to be how Trout's contract is a big win for them, getting a big future payday. And he commented, he's like, 2 months ago, you said nobody was getting paid. it's like genuine confusion. So I think it's interesting. And dude, in the past, all right, so Keuchel still isn't signed. There's the draft pick problem there, and his general decline as a player, mostly through advanced stats, which sucks. And the Kimbrel thing is a little bizarre, but he's asking for a lot of money for a reliever. But dude, just think about where you and I were at about a month ago, 2 months ago. And I mean, basically the bug has been squashed. Yeah. Like there was a time we thought Manny Machado would take like a 3-year, $90 million contract.
Yeah. We also said wait and see a lot.
Right.
And we've waited and seen, and baseball's in a good spot. Let's, I think we got to spend most of the time here on the NCAA men's tournament.
So the Fairleigh Dickinson Prairie View game was actually really good. Did you watch some of that?
No.
So that was good. Prairie View had a nice lead. Fairleigh Dickinson, again, from the Northeastern Conference, where CCSU plays, so they're battle-tested. Dude, the coach gave their player, like one of their best players, he took a bad shot, and the coach called next time out, gave him a little bump. Gave him a little like, come on, bro.
Oh, well,
this is real. You can't turn that. And
physical coaching.
And, dude, it's one of those things that, like, if they ended up not winning, it would probably be a headline on ESPN today, like, Fairleigh Dickinson coach pushes his player. Bad guy. But the player ended up the player he bumped ended up going off, and so the coach looked like a genius, which classic result dictating how people feel.
I mean, that's classic. Like baseball, you get a little smack on the little league helmet, like wake up, get your head in the game.
Yeah.
It's physical coaching.
Friendly physical coaching.
Yeah. Can't throw.
And then I wasn't locked in to the Temple game, but I kind of saw the writing on the wall early.
Because
Belmont is the team you play in any sport, and you know you're better than them, but they just frustrate the hell out of you on every play. They never stop. Offense and defense. They're always cutting. They're going to make these ugly layups that you're like, wait, he just made that ugly layup? Like I was all over him. And the writing was on the wall early.
I was all over it. And, I mean, we'll get the bet of the day, but it's my first win when you didn't win since February 21st.
I'm pretty happy for you. I got to be completely honest. I'm joyous from you. I can get back to my betting routines because I don't have to worry about, opposite of Enfuego over there.
Yeah, me putting my stank all over it.
Jim,
right,
Clay Matthews. Well,
let's do the bracket. We're 40 minutes.
We're doing the whole thing right now.
Didn't we say we were?
We said we were going to do it today or Thursday. I'm down, but if we're going to do it, you got to play the music. You got to play the bracket music we play every year, Jimmy.
Dude, won't games be starting tomorrow morning by the time we do it? Well, we're 40 minutes in. We're 40 minutes in. We're doing it tomorrow now.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we could skip news and make this the bracket app.
No, we'll skip news
Okay.
tomorrow. Or we'll skip national news. We'll skip the only sports we'll do tomorrow will be bracket.
Okay.
Everyone go fill out your bracket. If we have a competition going, go to jomboymedia.com, type in the search bracket, or go to the John Boy and Jake show section. If you go to jomboymedia.com and you can't find the blog about the bracket, that's on you.
I mean, if we move high and tight tomorrow morning and get it out for, I mean, what the games start at like 12:15 Eastern. So if we can get JJR out there for like 11 a.m., it could be the perfect preview.
All right, yeah, maybe we'll try to record a little earlier tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll bust our humps and hump our busts.
Yeah, we've been getting later and later, so maybe we'll just go back to 9 a.m.
Sure.
Or 7 a.m. for you. That's kind of shitty.
Yeah. So is life.
Well, okay. All right. Well, then let's, now that that's sorted, do you have anything you wanted to talk about? Bregman? You want to talk about any of these other highlights you said?
I mean, knock on wood, if we could sign Judge to something like that Bregman contract, I would be fucking stoked.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Judge is kind of smart enough at this point that I think he should just aim for free agency the natural way because he didn't come up super young. So I think he's going to ride it out a couple more years. And then I think Aaron, like Bregman, can get near the end of this 6-year deal and still get a big old contract. I mean, how old's Judger right now? Judge is 26?
No, he's 26 when he came up. He's got to be 28 now.
Aaron Judge, age. No, he's 26. He turns 27 in April.
So this is his 27-year season.
Yeah, he turns 27 April 26th. We should make a day out of that. But yeah, I mean, Aaron Judge, if he signs a 6-year contract, that takes him to 32, 33, which, as we've seen with free agency, teams don't pay you anymore. So he's probably better off dragging it out another year or two and then signing the 8-year monster deal or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. He's not going to get $430 million.
Jim, the new hot. Oh, he wins a couple MVPs. You never know. The new hot topic on NBA Twitter is so Doc Rivers he coaches the Clippers now, and they were like, "Hey, would you be interested in the Lakers job?" And he was like, "No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm good here." So now the fun hot topic, because the Clippers have a bunch of space. They're the leaders to sign Kawhi this offseason, and they have some good young guys. So the new NBA Twitter conversation is, which team would you rather be the coach of for 5 years, the Lakers or the Clippers? People are saying the Clips.
Nice. I have no opinion. I can't figure. I don't know. I'd go off your opinion.
So basically, it's you get LeBron, and if you can recruit a free agent, or you have like a young team, and maybe you can get some help.
Not LeBron. He's a coach killer.
Boom. Play the fight song.
It's halftime.
We got to reach out to Iman.
I thought about it. Like, would it be fun to have him on a guest? And then I was like, my only question would be like, so how about that "Fuck You" song?
How good? That's like, not for nothing. That's a song that you and I like fully align on.
It's a very
you know
good
what I'm
song.
saying?
The
like
whole world.
That time period, a little like late middle school, early high school, some angst, some passion. Like,
I'd love to know
curse words that you're like, whoa, this guy's kind of a badass.
I'd love to know its path to success. Because like you penned the song "Fuck You, You Bitch, I Don't Want You Back." "Fuck you, you hoe, you don't mean jack." And fuck, like, you got to be thinking there's no way this gets played on the radio.
I think it's all the passion, man.
And you're not a known artist, but somehow it had to be the perfect timing of like fresh internet in 2003. And it was like the internet allowed people to hear a song with curse words like, whoa, you don't hear this on the radio.
Right.
So the young kids on MySpace and the internet, just fucking powerhoused it to the top because they now had a forum where they could hear something like this that wouldn't be played on mainstream radio. I think it was a element of its time.
Man, you're digging deep today. You're deep in societal happenstance, societal forces.
That was my minor in college.
Like the hags?
was-
Societal forces was your minor in college?
No, sociology.
Okay. Makes more sense.
Which is the word that you're trying to say.
Kind of. Mine's a little different than sociology.
It was begrudgingly my minor, and I didn't really like it. And now I think
Severino throws today. They got video of it. Arm hasn't fallen off.
And now I think that I like sociology just as much as history. Should have been my hand in hand.
Would you look at that?
But I always like that part of history better. Like I like the wars and the monarchs, but I really like what were the peasants up to back in these days? What was the average life of like a farmer? So yeah,
okay,
I'm a weirdo. I'm not a weirdo. I just like what I like. Anyway, dude, I wanted to tell you this, and I wanted to share this. You know how people are casual baseball fans or whatever, like Yankee fans, and that's why they like talking Yanks because you and I are in the weeds and can talk honestly or not talk knowledgeably without making it annoying, but we follow along closely.
Sure.
Talking Giants, who we haven't officially announced are under our wing, but they're under our wing. I've been listening to them now since they're part of the media thing. And I now see why people like talking Yanks because I'm like, this is awesome. They know so much more than me and can make it in a way I can digest in like a conversational tone. I was listening to their episode yesterday, Bobby and Danny. They do a pretty good job of everything. So I was like, good pickup by me.
Nice, man.
I'm the best. That's what it comes back to.
There you go.
I read the news today, oh boy, and though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh.
I know it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
The Chinese Goths are mounting a social media campaign to protest a Chinese subway station that banned a woman from taking the train because her makeup was said to be too scary. A politician who opposes mandatory chickenpox vaccinations has contracted the chickenpox. Enjoy the oatmeal bath, you loser. A stranger drove 7 hours straight so a couple that was stranded on the side of the road could be with their dying mother. Nice guy. People helping people. Guy opens apartment door and finds an entire gang of animals outside. Oh my God. Burger King launches coffee subscription service for $5 a month. A Chinese woman narrowly escapes death after homemade IV drip made out of fruit juice. Police say a Michigan man shot himself in the foot after throwing a shoe at a cockroach.
I read the news today, oh boy.
Some good news.
Big stuff, too.
Isn't it wild that the news doesn't quit?
Never will. Can't.
This is a daily show. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fresh within the last 24 hours. Just weird as fuck news stories. It's nuts.
First time hearing about the oatmeal bath for chicken pox. Never heard that.
Did you get chicken pox?
I don't know. I think so. Yes.
Ask your mom if you took an oatmeal bath. I remember my oatmeal bath.
I don't think I did. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I think it's the most common.
I googled it. You could do it for a lot of skins. It has some skin remedies for it. It's not necessarily for chicken pox.
Oh, it's for like rashes and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's to help like scars from rashes and stuff.
Yeah.
Or just the itchiness of it.
You're an anti-vax guy. You want to tell the people about that?
No.
That's one of my favorite things. I don't really pressure you into listening to my guy Rosillo a lot. He does stuff like that and it gets me every time. So,
to an interviewer?
So Bill Simmons, tell us why you're anti-vax. Like, come on, man. You can't go there.
It's pretty good. No, I think like as much as we fucking bully scientists on the show,
Right.
the vaccination stuff, bow down.
Well, I'm all in on medicine, but it's I think I've said this before. I'm trying to find the perfect way to say it. It's I save it for it's like a bonus or like you need it. Like I'll only take Advil if I'm like super hungover and I'm like, wow, this really does work on headaches.
I used to be like that, kind of stubborn until I needed it in high school and college, but now if I even think like I got a headache yesterday in the back of my neck, which is where I get them sometimes.
Right.
I went 3 ibuprofen instantly. Like let's attack this right away.
Right. And there's a couple things that fall into a different area, like Tums. Like those are basically just the healthiest snack you can eat.
I eat Tums religiously, but I only use them when I have heartburn. I don't eat them if I don't have heartburn.
I feel like it's almost my old mentality with like the Flintstone gummies. We never had the Flintstone gummies in my house. We didn't have that kind of money. But
that was
if
sugar.
you saw something like that around, if you saw one of those around, like once every other week, you'd be like, yeah, I'll pop one of these bad boys.
Yeah,
why not?
They were good.
That's kind of where I'm at with Tums.
But Tums work. Like Tums are magic.
Yeah, you're one of the biggest Tums guys out there.
I don't I have Tums in my pocket, in my backpack. I have it right here in my desk. But I do take a heartburn pill every morning, and usually that works too. But medicine's wild, man.
Medicine's pretty wild.
There's in the HBO series John Adams.
Sure.
They show Abigail Adams vaccinating the kids for chickenpox or not chickenpox, for like smallpox, polio. And it's wild to see like what it was in the beginning, because they just would cut a scab off someone who had it, mix it up into a powder, cut a kid open, and then put that scab on the open wound.
Sure.
And your body fights it off in the small thing, and then it won't ever be able to attack it again because you taught your body how to fight it off. Vaccinations are crazy. Whoever thought of that shit? Oh, that guy just died.
That's kind of what I do. That's what I do with broken cell phone chargers.
You just rub them on a good one?
Every broken cell phone charger has a mechanism that you can find that will still charge your phone. But it's going to be unorthodox.
Yeah,
you're going to have to wrap it around something, or you have to find the pressure point on the connector that's lost. I mean, that's modern medicine.
I used to do that. Oh man, I used to have so many fights with my chargers, and now I've just given up on that too.
Our buddy, the mailman, Nick Proch, he used to be blown away by the stuff I used to do. Like, he'd be like, oh, could I borrow your charger for a second? I'd be like, yeah, you got to put it on the windowsill, and you got to make sure it's on the downward angle like that. And he'd be like, when did you find this out? Like, when did you put the time in to find this out?
Yeah, I remember.
It's one of my few skills.
You have to I used to have to wrap it around the phone in a certain way and shit like that.
Yeah.
But now I'll just, same with the shattered iPhone glass. I don't care how much that costs and how much it's going to set me back in life. I won't live thumbing around on shattered glass. As soon as I shattered my phone within the next 3 days, and I'll play it off like, okay, I guess I'll live like this until I get the new update. And then 2 days in, I'm like, fuck this. And I'll just go buy a new one. Yeah,
that's where, I don't know if you remember this. This was probably 3-4 weeks ago. Oh, we got a picture of Gio in Yankees gear, Jim. But I don't know if you remember this. I was putting stuff in our storage area, and I was carrying a lot of stuff. I think I was grabbing ski stuff. So I put my phone in my mouth for 1 second, and one of my teeth hit right where the ear speaker is. And so my phone cracked, and it's like one diagonal crack top right of my phone. And I was so mad at myself, like definition of just being so mad at yourself. Because I put my phone in my mouth for 1 second, cracked. Are you kidding me? But luckily it's far north right enough that it doesn't really get in my way. So I'm letting it ride right now.
If you were to make up your life's highlight reel, of mundane activities, like throwing a piece of trash into the garbage and playing the wind or playing a bounce off wall and it goes in, you're like, fuck, that was awesome.
Right.
Some of mine would be when I spit my gum out of my mouth, I kick it up with my shoe into the air and then I catch it back in my mouth. Pretty good at that. But my highlight reel, my life highlight reel, if I was in the Truman Show, would be when I drop my phone and how quick I am with my right foot to break its fall. I get so impressed with myself every time. So whoop, and then I catch it with my foot, and then it doesn't hit the ground, and then it just hits my foot, then the ground. It'd be all over the highlight reel.
Okay.
They call it the quick foot section.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Anyway, do you want to talk about any of these stories?
I mean, the one that jumps out, and I mean, we can roll these over. Tomorrow is March Madness up. I mean, this is my story, and I'm just going to click it and give you guys some natural reaction. Guy opens apartment and finds gang of animals outside his door. Gang of animals. All right, we've got a dog. We've got a cat.
They're all wearing handkerchiefs over their mouths, right?
Is it just 2 dogs and a cat? Because, I mean, this could happen essentially to anyone across America any day of the week. I'm not reading the words, but all I see are 2 dogs and a cat, which I've seen more animals in my hallway on a daily basis.
Yeah, I don't understand this.
Gang, you're going to give me the headline, gang of animals outside of apartment, and I get 2 dogs and a cat? People live with more animals in their apartments.
The first time I heard the word gang used, I was freshman year at college in Sonoma State, and I had to do this interview project for someone, and we had to interview people about like activities to do. And this one like hippie California dude was riding his bike, and we were like, "Hey man, what are things to do on campus?" And he just goes, "Oh man, there's gangs of shit to do on campus." And that was the first time I ever heard gang used like that. And I was like,
okay, in that way.
I was like, that's so cool. That's why we got a gang of Patreon, something like that. I'm into it. But anyway, yeah.
I got a gang of that shit, man.
There was.
Ooh, I think that's an Afro Man, Jim. So I might call BS on you.
Okay, yeah, but I'd never heard it outside of like in everyday, like a human use it.
Sure.
Not a movie or music, but I think it is in because I got high. I got a gang of that shit. So this guy,
shit, man. Pull up the guitar, sit on the drum. That's right.
Guy opens apartment door and finds entire gang animals. I could have wrote this article when I had to deliver to the one house in Newtown, Connecticut, where they fed all the stray cats in their backyard.
Oh God!
So when I pulled up, this would be on my lowlights Truman Show highlight reel. Because when I pulled up and there was 10 cats in the driveway and I had to get out of my car and walk from my car to the front door with 10 cats following me, that was face your fears moment. Like that was fear factor. And I was on top of an airplane about to jump out, like sweating, panicking. Sure. Oh my God, I don't think I can do this. I remember almost calling them like, can you meet me at the car? I can't be surrounded by 10 stray cats.
Yeah.
And they follow me step by step to your front door. But I did it. I persevered. And then I
know what the problem there is. If you snap and you give one cat the boot, then you get attacked and you're dead.
I'm like shivering even thinking about it. I hated delivering to that house. I would see the address and just fucking be like, God damn it. Cat house.
Hey, I think we're getting close and we got to do bet of the day. And Jim, I'm sorry. Since I did my phone crack speech, I opened the Twitter sphere. And Brian Hoke is right now posting basically porn for you.
The Sevy thing, I retweeted it.
It's Tanaka fielding balls in the sexiest manner a pitcher can. Sevy's hat falling off.
Yeah, I retweeted the hat one.
It's I mean, this is where you're gonna want to be.
Yeah, and they just did the lineup, so we got to do a pregame show. But let's do bet of the day. Where is?
Bet of the day, it's the bet of the day. Bet of the day, bet of the day.
Bet of the day, bet of the day. Jakey's on a losing streak, loses 2 in a row, forgets that temples are made for peace and only other people come in and cause havoc, which is what Belmont did. I got my first win where Jake also didn't win in a long, long time. Jake, what do you got today for us?
That was huge. That was huge. I got to change up my game to start getting hot. Because here's the thing, Jim. I like St. John's, but my heart's tied to that. We've got
St. John's plays today?
The Johnnies are in the other playing game. Like other playing games.
Okay.
St. John's, Arizona State game, Jimmer. 2 11 seeds.
Is that what you're going with?
So Arizona State is favored by 2. So the Johnnies are getting 2 points. I've seen Arizona State play a few times. They've got some talent, and they've been playing well of late. They've won 3 of their last 4. The game they lost was to Oregon in overtime, who Oregon's been playing really well lately. Pac-12 kind of sucks, though. The game's basically a toss-up. Jim, here's what I'm going to go with. I believe in both of these teams' players. Over under 152.5. That's a lot of scoring. This is supposed to be a big one, and I think the game lives up to it. I think this game goes over.
Who's playing?
St. John's versus Arizona State.
You think it goes over? Okay.
I think we're going to have a shootout. I think it's going to be a really fun game. I don't know if our Johnnies can do it. I think Arizona has a guy, Dort, last name Dort.
Where's it being
models
played?
His game after Russ. I think we're going to have a score fest.
Where's it being played?
So it's being played in Dayton, Ohio, which made me again want to take St. John's because Arizona's coming east.
At a basketball arena?
At a basketball arena in Dayton, Ohio. That's where they'll play this game.
UD Arena is what it's called.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure it's not like a football field, which that would be crazy for a play-in.
Right.
Arizona, you think of Arizona, I think of the West Coast, I think of a lot of scoring. Don't know if that translates to basketball at all.
Yeah, not really, but...
Well, I think of the Midwest, that's where I think not a lot of scoring. So these are 2 coastal teams.
Right.
So they're in my dumb brain, it's a lot of scoring and a lot of scoring, so I might be with you.
Sure.
But St. John's
hasn't been playing a lick of defense lately, and I like that. But I think that means their guards are going to be coming out to score tonight.
It's pretty high. It's 152.
It's really high. It's really high, which tells me Vegas knows.
I mean, that for a college game, isn't that really high?
I mean, that'd be like 76 to 76. One of these teams is getting in the 80s. That's all I'm telling you.
And you think it's going to be close enough that the other gets in the 80s?
I think it's going to be a great game. I think St. John's and their guards, Shamori Pons, your boy, I think he's going to go off. I think Dort, Jimmy, remember, guy's name is Dort. Mustafa Heron. Are you kidding me? World be free. Doesn't matter. This is what basketball is all about. Luke, come to the dark side. I am your father.
Jake is stupid, but he's smart.
Bing. Free money.
I'm with you. Free money. Free money. Where's our free money soundboard?
Are you guys giving away free money?
You know what's dumb? I have it on a button that you need to press 2 buttons.
I heard you were giving out free money.
All right, that's the end of the show. Ran a little long, but say lobby. Actually, we didn't even run that long.
Yeah.
We're going to do full bracket stuff tomorrow and some weird news. The weird news is getting so weird, so I love it. Here's the Woe song.
Am I the reason you were treated? You had an appetite. Tell me where you come and spend the night. My love is like, whoa. My kiss is like, whoa. My touch is like, whoa. My sex is like, whoa.
See you guys.
My ass is like, whoa.